My name is Kim Bandy. My husband Brad and I lead the Spero Project, which is a local nonprofit working to mobilize local churches towards under-resourced populations. We want to see the churches engage them in long-term, relational, and really sustainable ways. So we provide training and resources to help churches do that.
We really want to train people to become aware of what's happening in their city, some of the social issues, but really just get connected with each other and learn how to love each other well.
So Spero Project is about 4 years old, so we're still pretty new in the nonprofit world, but a lot of our key volunteers are really committed Oklahoma City residents, so we feel like we've been here for a long time. We've got great relationships, and the organization just grew out of our involvement in the city, our desire to see things look a little different. I think maybe the natural progression of how charity has been done in the past has kind of just hit its wall of we're starting to recognize it's not as effective as we wanted it to be. So when we started Sparrow, we were doing a lot of direct programs because there were places in the city where things needed to happen and the church wasn't as engaged yet. For years, we've done a little bit more hands-on ministry, and our goal really now is to move towards just mobilizing the church. So we're working really hard to create good quality resources that train and equip and prepare whole churches, families, individuals to really engage under-resourced populations well, and to do it from a really healthy point of view.
We are convinced that relationships solve social problems. Friendship solves major social problems. How do we help people become highly relational in someone's life over time, to where a mutual friendship, something natural, happens, and we move beyond a project, beyond a cause, into actual friendships and relationships that sustain themselves, that resource themselves. Really, it's a lack of training, cross-cultural training within the American context. That's really the point of these programs, is to help get some handles of those sticky situations you get into when you get into real relationships with people that are not like you.
We created several programs in the last year that we thought would really help mobilize the church and equip them. So the first is the Teach training, and that is designed to help a small group engage a teacher in an under-resourced school. So our goal is that one church would partner with one school, and that would be inner city, under-resourced in some way. Small groups through the church each group would sponsor one teacher. And so we want to see local churches really rally around those schools, and the most effective way we can see that happening is really supporting that frontline teacher who knows the students, who's laying on his or her life down all the time for them. And so we want to just teach groups to rally around that teacher. So we'll train a group, either one small group, or we'll do a big training for the whole church, and then they'll partner with a school and really embrace those teachers. But the key for us is to teach groups to really serve the teacher and not come in with their own agenda or their own ideas, but to really say what is needed in this community and for this school, and to be true servants to them. So in the care training, we are teaching small groups how to support foster families there. And so it's probably a foster family within their church. There's a lot of turnover in foster families, and they will foster once or twice and then are burned out. And so our goal is to keep those quality families going long term, because they get the support they need. So we want to give the group all the tools they need to really support the family well, and provide either tangible things or babysitting support or just emotional support. And so we do a lot of the information that helps the group understand what's going to happen, how to support, and then really to understand the call for fostering is a call of obedience and not of a specific outcome, and help the group kind of get their mindset ready for that, so that they're supporting the family to whatever outcome it is, towards reconciliation, towards restoration for everyone involved. So SHARP is a program for individuals or small groups that want to learn a lot more about the nature of the city in which they live, what's happening, where are the under-resourced populations, and what is already happening there, what's healthy that's going on, what are the strengths in those communities, and how can we as the church come alongside those communities and really support them. So we give tangible resources, like understanding the state programs and understanding kind of what's happening in poverty in Oklahoma, among women in Oklahoma, or understanding education systems, things like that. But we also really spend the whole time talking about that engaging these populations is just an act of obedience, and that we don't have anything to offer ourselves. We are entering that place as learners, and a lot of it is really just engaging our hearts and understanding the call to be engaged, and then from there can flow healthy, tangible, practical things that happen in the community.
We love the church of Oklahoma City, and we love everybody in Oklahoma City, but we want to empower the church to go and love our city.
We're starting to see like a progression where people are really wanting to know what it means to live on mission every day of their life, and so that's less program driven, it's less schedule driven, and it's more actually knowing people in the community. And I think that it's a slow process, and there's lots of space for all of us to learn more and more about that, but I think we've been able to have those conversations with some people in the city, and hopefully have been able to encourage that thought process.